Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a minute since the last video, but as I promised on my Instagram, I'll show you an update video on the Mustang. So here it is. All right, look at that right there. Most of all the hoses are ran. That's the for the oil filter. It's up on the side right there. Water and coolant, and got the catch cans on for the breathers. Only thing that's left is the top end for the fuel system. So everything coming from the surge tank right there, going down to both fuel rails and then to the regulator as far as hoses go. But here it is right here. Get you guys a nice look on it. It's got aerospace brakes on there, disc brakes. I got a good deal on those. I was going to get Strange front and rear, but this deal was too good to pass up, so I picked them up and going to use them. Just got to purchase more pads. I had cleaned them up. They're pretty dirty, but about a day and a half worth of cleaning and buffing and getting them nice and chrome again, or polished aluminum I mean, turned out pretty good. Next up on the agenda is hosing out all the lines. I was cutting them with a cutoff wheel, and usually when you do that you get a lot of debris and rubber inside the actual hose. So what I do is I just pressure wash the inside of the hose, and I'll spray it out for a couple seconds on each hose. So I'll take all these hoses off and do that probably tomorrow or another day. Got the fuel pump. That one's ran from there to the surge tank, so that's where the main fuel will be coming from. That's a -16 line, and that'll feed into a 10 line to the rear, and it'll Y out to all 8s to each fuel rail, and then back to the surge tank. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the setup will go. I'm waiting right now on EGT bungs to be welded onto my headers. Got to take them off. There's only a couple bolts holding them up, so it should be simple to take off. Once we weld those up, I'll put the turbo kit on, and we can finish the rest with the actual wiring portion of it. It's not too much on the engine bay as far as electrical needed. The coil packs are mounted. I got the wires ran for that. That was simple. The actual Holley harness is pretty simple since I had it on the car before, so it should be pretty quick to put back on. Got a couple vacuum lines right here. There's a vacuum block that is set up. Final spot will be right there, and then the trans line or transfill line is on the other side, and that's where the line lock and also the proportionate valve will go over there. Once I finish up on the brakes, I just have to run lines on the brakes themselves throughout the car, and those will be a stainless steel braided line on each post, front and rear. Right, and so we'll move our way to the back, and the back, like I said, it's aerospace in the back too as well. Rear end's in the car, transmission, everything is in the car, the drive line's in the car. I have the transmission lines laying right there. I just gotta measure those out since I did move some stuff around since last time. Measure them out and cut them to fit. And there's the radiator right there underneath, and then also both trans coolers in the back right there. I'm running 2 trans coolers. I had 2 on the last setup I had, and driving on the street in 109-degree weather, the transmission never got hot at all. Even parked, it never got hot. So I'm going to keep it that way and keep that same setup. It's just moving a little bit further to the rear. And here is the trunk right here. As you can see in the back, I've got it the Scott Rod floor, and I got the fuel cell and the battery in the rear, and that's the main fuel cell right there, and it'll feed to the surge tank up in the front, and it'll turn on the pump with the lever in the surge tank, and once the fuel reaches a certain level, it'll flip the switch and the pump will put more fuel inside the surge tank. So yeah, it's coming along. I don't have too much more to go, guys. This is one of my dashboards that I'm just getting fitted up. I got to get some dimensions so I can cut my other dashboard up so it'll fit and this one's got a couple cracks in there, so that's why I'm using this one as a practice dash. And on the inside, I got my lightweight steering wheel column, and then also the shifters mounted. Driveline, like I said, it's ready to go. It just has to be adjusted. I got to get all the pinion angles and all the suspension geometry set up, but as far as it being on the car, it's there. It just needs to be set up. Seats in there. All it's missing on the interior is the rest of the harness. Got to put the Dominator back in the car, and I want to get some new carpet. Probably go to a upholstery shop pretty soon, and put probably like a black carpet in there or something like that. I'm not going to be running a center console. I've seen a couple pictures with them out, and I kind of like the way that it looked. And that should be it. And put the passenger seat back in the car. Then the inside's done. So, like I said, guys, I'm not waiting on too much. So the car should be up and running this month, and we should be good to go. This month, if not this month, it'll definitely be up and running the beginning of next month. Definitely, because like I said, I don't have too much to go, just small stuff. I got a new window net, and that needs to be welded on by my neighbor. He's gonna come over whenever you get time to set everything up. He's gonna come over and put the window net and weld them on the brackets. So that's this right there. And the seat that fell. Yeah, like I said, I just want to give you guys an update on everything, on how the car's turning out. I've been away for a couple weeks, but I haven't been not working on the car. It's been there. I just haven't recorded anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the car. And like I said, we still got a little bit to go, but there is light at the tunnel, and it's coming. So when it fires up, you guys hear it. So stay tuned.